Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'll be showing us how to trace our basic sketch block to another paper in order to create designs with it. So this is the plain paper we are going to use for this project. Okay, you need a plain paper and just a plain paper and the basic sketch block. So this is a plain paper. So the next thing I'm going to do is to place the basic sketch block on the plain paper. As you can see, all right, place it this way. So this is the way we are supposed to place it. But since I'm just going to work on the center back, all right, I have to shift the paper in. So I have to just shift it in. Okay, we are just working on the center back. Okay, so anything we are doing on the center back is just a little bit different with the front. The front is just to taper, but the back now you need to create a little design like the slits, to create the slits for the back, all right, and also taper. That's just what we want to do. So now I pick up my pin the paper down to the plain paper, right? Reason being that I won't want the paper to shift when I'm trying to trace. So I pick up my tracing wheel now. All right, that's the tracing wheel. That's the work of the tracing wheel. Now you trace every line you see on the block to the plain paper. So you just trace every line you see on the block to the plain paper. So in case you have not watched my video on how to draft your basic sketch, please do well to go back to the video so you can understand more, or can understand what we are doing here. All right, let's go back to the video and watch how to draft the basic sketch. So I'm tracing it now. We trace the waistline, trace the hip line, trace the knee line, right? Just trace virtually everything you're seeing there. Okay, just trace it out. In some cases, people still make use of this particular block, right, in order just to save yourself from the stress of tracing to another paper. But in case you still want to make use of the sketch block, so this is how you do it. Just trace it to another paper and do whatever you want to do with the other paper. Then you keep this one aside for future purpose. So ensure to trace it very well, so when you remove the paper you won't have issue. Okay, you see the trace lines now, you see it very well. So just ensure to trace it very well to the plain paper. And so please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do well to press the subscribe button so you get notified of all my videos each time I upload. Alright, so I'm still on the process of tracing the lines. Okay, so I'll use a ruler now to mark the line, since I'm not starting from the edge of the paper, right? So I just need to use my ruler and pencil now to mark the side line now, so I won't have issue by the time I unpin the paper from the plain paper. So that's why I'm using the ruler now to just trace the line out. So I'm done with that. So I'm unpinning the paper now. So I'm removing the pins, okay? So now I have to use my pencil and ruler now to bring out the line, to trace out the line. Okay. So now I'm using the the ruler and the pencil now. So I'm tracing out the lines now. Okay. Tracing out the lines. The hip line, the knee line, the waistline, everything, and the dot line. Okay. And see what is happening there. Like I say, you ensure you use your tracing wheel to trace out the line very well, so you won't have issue while you're trying to work on it. Make sure you trace out the line very well. I see. So sorry, I think my camera didn't really capture that side, but you see the end results. Okay. So I'm done tracing out the lines. You can see the way the skirt is. It looking so flat. If you're to make a skirt like this, you won't like it, because it looks so flat, your back, everything. So now you just need to taper it, all right, to give it that shape that you want. The back now, looking at the back now. So what I'm trying to do, I apologize for the camera didn't really pick that side. So what I'm trying to do now is to taper. So I use 1.5 the other side, then and half inch to the other side. Okay, I use 1.5 here this way. Okay, so you can see 1.5 to taper here. You can see what's happening there. From the knee, I measured in 1.5. When I draw a line, see what is happening. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to bring out the amount of slits I want. And see, I measure 8 inch up. All right, so from there now I'll measure 1 inch down. So this is how to make a pencil skirt. So this is me creating a slit at the back of the skirt. So that's the 1 inch. That's the 1 inch. Okay. So after you're done this way, The next thing is just to add allowance to your skirts. Just adding allowance to it, that's all. Just add half-inch allowance around. So this is it. I'm just showing you how to add allowance to it. So just it's in line, just adding half-inch allowance to it. So the next thing I'm going to do is, or the next thing I'm going to do is just to pick up your scissors. Okay, you can see the way the skirt is looking. Alright, so I'm just trying to adjust the camera now so you can see it now. So see the way the skirt is looking now. So the next thing I'm going to do is just to pick up the scissors now to cut out the skirt. Ensure to put your allowance, or if you didn't put the allowance on the paper, you do that while trying to cut your fabric. So this is it. So this is all about the skirt. So you can see the look of the skirt.